friends from the comic and manga world. My name is Hector,
And my name is Ji.
and we're here to talk to you about our picks for the FOC for March 14th, 2022. So now, for those of you who don't know, Dee and I work for Penguin Random House. We manage sales into the direct comic market around the world. So the books that we talk about here in these videos are from the publishers that we can distribute into that market. So let's get started. If I can make the there you go. That first one I will get stuck. And the first one is Demon Days Treasury Edition trade paperback. This is my pick. I've collected this series. There's still one more coming up. It's amazing. uh i I become a quick fan of Momoko because of her art, but I also become a fan of her writing because I love this. She's wrote this, she illustrated. There's tons of variants by her and a lot of other artists for each issue. And this collects Demon Days X-Men, Demon Days Miracle, Curse Web, Rising Storm, Blood Feud, and there's also, which I didn't know, material for King in Black #4, which I didn't realize at the end of that King in Black #4, they had a short story introducing this.
Mm.
That it's not, and it's not like some previews where it's a preview, but it's also it's already included in the next issue. It's not. So I'm gonna have to get this, and I'm probably gonna have to look for Kingdom Black #4 if I want to have the whole collection. So, but I highly recommend it. For those of you who don't know, this is just taking a lot of the characters from from the Marvel world. A lot of them are from X-Men, but there's other ones like Hulk and Thor and all that, and turn them into blend them with sort of Asian Japanese mythology, and it's very cool. The visuals, obviously, the art, it's amazing, and the story is also very, very good. So I highly recommend this one. Next.
Yes, my pick. It's Knight of the Ice, I should say. This is volume 10 and 11 coming out, and this is by Yayo Gawa. And the volume 10 goes on sale on April 12th, and the volume 11 going on sale on June 28th. And I mean, I had to pick this because I'm a huge fan of ice skating, like in
Hmm.
general. And so, with the Olympics that came
Yeah.
not too long ago, I'm like on that high still and going back and looking at performances, and I just kind of want a manga to read through as well. This is an interesting premise because that character who is ice skating, he's like a big like hopeless romantic, but he's also an otaku. And so his best friend starts sort of giving him this like speech from like a magical girl uh, uh, like show that they really loved growing up. And apparently he could only really land quad jumps when she does that for him. And so I think that's like very endearing. And I
Yeah.
can imagine them like getting hyped up on this magical girl saying every
Yeah.
single time he makes a performance. And I don't know. This is just it warms my heart. So
Yeah.
despite the fact that there's ice here.
Yeah.
So, and the covers, beautiful. I like the sparkles.
Yeah. That's lots of sparkles and different
Lots of sparkles
colors.
here. So, yeah, I recommend picking it up.
Yes, yes. I think this is one of those, like you said, now where I think everybody still has the Olympics in their head. So
Hmm.
for those of you who are fans of ice skating, definitely it's a
Yeah.
pickup, a must pick up. And next, this is my pick. It's and I gotta admit, I'm gonna feel a little bit embarrassed, but also we've been talking about this, Gene. It's like people who love manga and anime who deny that they ever read or watched a harem anime or manga are lying because there's so much of it,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's such a big part of this industry. So this one is the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, Volume 2. I
Mhm.
had to read them because I didn't want to miss one or make too many. And this is by Rikito Nakamura, illustrated by Yukiko Nosawa. It goes on sale April 12th at 13.99. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this one is because the premise is kind of it's kind of a little bit different.
Mhm.
And it's this guy Aijo. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but that's him. Aiho, I guess. And he has proposed or declared his love to 100 women, and he has been rejected 100 times. He has asked out 100 women, and he has been rejected 100 times. And so all of a sudden, this God shows up and tells him, "Oh, you know what? That was a mistake. It was a cosmic mistake, and we need to fix it. So now you're gonna be able to go in these 100 dates." And it's like, "Oh, great, perfect." But there's always a catch, as is in these cases with gods, doing tricks like this. And it is that these 100 girls become his like uh what do you call it, like their true love or beloved, true love.
Mhm.
And if he what is it, if he disappoints them, I guess, or if he
I
doesn't
guess, like, if he doesn't get into,
he
like,
doesn't
if they don't
show,
reciprocate,
yeah,
or yeah.
they will die horrible and funny. That's what the descriptions say, in horrible and funny accidents.
Mhm.
So he has to go on these dates and he has to be really good and into it, because if they feel like it's not a good date, they could die.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing they will show a couple of them die because of why else they would mention them.
Mhm.
So it's very weird, very strange. Uh, like I said, it's kind of one of those like, oh, I'm embarrassed, but I am so curious. I'm gonna have to read this.
Mhm.
So this is volume one that you see here, the cover and some interiors in the back, and I guess he's doing two girls at a time because it's 100 of them, so we're not gonna have 100
Is
issues.
that why he was carrying 2 four-leaf clovers in the other
Oh,
shirt?
there you go. Yeah, that's probably it.
I just happen to have these 2
Yeah,
for you.
exactly. I mean, let alone one, not just one. Just I'm lucky enough that I found two for
Mhm.
liqueurs. So yeah, that's that. I don't want to talk about this anymore in public. Next, so
Ah,
to cleanse our brain from that, it's
yes.
your pick.
I will always talk about Skip and Loafer. Always, 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 always.
Yes,
And this
yeah.
is volume 4 by Takamatsu. This goes on sale April 19th. I The reason why I like this is because I love how the dynamic is so different between these two. She's like very ambitious, goes after what she wants to the point where like she gets over prepared. And because of that, sometimes she gets clumsy and like nervous at times. And like she's just so uptight is not the right word because I don't think that she's like that like so serious because she is a little bit goofy at times in the
Mhm.
way that she reacts to things, but she's so opposite of her soon to be romantic interest, who is very laid back, casual, likes to like go with the flow of things, and he finds amusement with her because of like the situation she gets herself into. I wanted to point out the scene in the first volume just really quickly, just to like give you a sense of why I love this so much. When they first meet, she's lost in the subway because she's a country bumpkin who goes to Tokyo for school for the first time. And like she's like stuck to the wall, like dejected because she doesn't know what to do, and she's like very much overreacting, and this is the end of the world because she's going to be late to school. And he encounters her, and like when he comes and he's there to help, there's like an image of like a mother goose and like a baby chick coming out of an egg
Oh.
crying. Like she's like the baby like gosling like trying to like 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 this perfect person has come to save me,
Oh,
'cause she's like so naive and innocent in a way, because she's like trying to understand how things work in Tokyo, because in the city she's not used to the city life, so it's very wholesome. I love it so much. The
the opposite
anime.
of the previous one we were
Oh,
talking about. Yeah,
yeah, it's like it's so nice to read something like this to like
yeah,
cleanse yourself. It's just like really
yeah,
fun and nice. I'm very excited for the anime. I will probably be talking about this a lot more
yeah,
as we get closer to the release date for that. I just, as you could
uh,
tell, I love
yeah.
it so much.
And we included in here the cover for Volume 5 that actually comes out in July.
Mhm.
Volume 4 is the one that comes up in April, coming up, but it's and we have to include. I mean, look at that face.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We have to include that. Yes. So that's it for our like regular picks, and now we're gonna go into Marvel covers
Mhm.
for this week. And the first one is Eternals 11, David Mack, 1 in 25 variant. This is such a beautiful cover, and I love that it's not just the images, but also it has a lot of symbols. It has Eternal and Thanos and other words embedded in there somewhere, and it's chaotic but beautiful, and a lot of colors, and it looks a little bit like watercolor, but it's very um, mystic. Is the word that comes to mind. It looks very mystic, but at the same time very violent, which I love.
This is
Um,
such his style too, David
yes,
Mack. It's like a
yes.
collage of like the letters here. I'm seeing that it's like trying to form the words of eternal, and like all of these symbols and the face combined with that on the backdrop.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
like so beautiful. Like I just instantly, when you see any of his works, you know exactly
yeah.
who like
That is David
who
Mack. Yeah,
illustrated it.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Mhm.
Yes. Next up is yours.
Yeah, we have Elektra 100,
And I'm
and
sorry I messed up the bottom.
that's fine.
But we
And
know
this
who it
is
is. We know who it is.
oh yeah, this is another one where like I could tell immediately who it is just by looking at it. And of course, it's Bartel, Jen Bartel. She has a way of drawing women, and their faces are so beautiful. I love the way that she uses color. She
Mhm.
usually has like very bright colors in her illustrations, and while this is like muted, a little bit on a muted side, it's still very vibrant. Like the
Yeah,
reds, and like the way that she uses the light to sort of highlight the contours of the mask, for instance, and the face. It's so beautiful, and I could sing praises about
yeah,
Bartel because I really like her stuff. So
yeah. And currently, there's a lot of her Marvel covers, like the She-Hulk run. It's
mhm.
like every issue. I think there's a Jen Martell cover. So yeah, she was already really big, but now she's like very in the forefront of Marvel comics right now. So
Mhm.
this is amazing, and the same can be said about Elektra. She's in the forefront
Oh
right
yeah.
now, and this is the 100th issue, which is going to be very special. Next, Captain Carter 2, Mark Aspinall variant. I love this cover. It's such a um sort of a spy movie look to it, like
Mhm.
she's in plain sight but hiding in plain sight in a crowd, just walking down London, because you see a bag that says Harrods on the other side. So obviously,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, if you look at this, and obviously the hoodie which just says
Oxford.
Oxford,
Yeah.
her face is perfect. It looks so much by like the actress, I forget Atwell. I forget her last name, her full name right now,
Yeah.
but it's a beautiful, beautiful piece of art, and it goes really well with what this series is. I've just picked up the issue 1, and it's amazing. It's really good.
I like how you mentioned it's like she's hidden in plain sight, because like part of
Yep.
her jacket looks like is fusing with like the girl's jacket behind her,
Yeah.
like as almost as if she's like I don't know, hiding in that way, like the way that she
Yeah, like she's
painted
showing
it.
off. I mean, but and she's walking down the street with confidence. But it's
Yeah.
like then I think intentionally showing also the everybody else. They're looking at their phones, they're looking at the floor. They're not even paying attention to
Paying
her
attention to her.
because she's just trying to be the spy that she is.
Mhm.
Which is great. Um, and then next is your pick.
Oh yes, we have the Black Panther Legends. This is issue number 4, and this is the Junibob variant. And I had to pick this. This is amazing. It's kind of
Yes,
strange, but I
it
like
is.
with the Fantastic Four and Black Panther on the thumb. I really, it's just so it stands out. Even with like the coloring in the back as well. It's like
Yeah,
this will pop up on your wall. This is something I would definitely put on my wall just
yeah,
because of how much it stands out, and I really like it, and I enjoy his work.
yes. This is great. Next up is Black Panther 5 by Boss Logic Spider-Man variant, a homage for the 60 years. This is such a beautiful cover. It would have been beautiful if it was just a Black Panther costume, but then you add those Spider-Man elements and even the Spidey sense,
I like that.
and it's so awesome. And you see the claws on the bottom on the rock, I guess.
Mhm.
It's such a beautiful, very detailed cover. We talked last week about the Strange to also a Spider-Man variant, and it had a lot of details. And I love these Spider-Man variants where they're just taking the regular character, in this case Black Panther, and adding a few of elements that make it the Spider-Man, not
Mhm.
just a not just another character wearing a Spider-Man suit, which is great. So this is one of my favorite this month for sure. And then I think that's it for the. Oh no, there's one more. Sorry.
Yes, we can't forget about this one.
Yes.
This is Shang Chi issue number 11. This is, of course, I really enjoy Rian Gonzalez. This is the 1 in 25 variant. This is beautiful, and you have Shang Chi and the brothers and sisters of the Five Weapon Society that you'll see here. They're really adorable as like chibi characters that are like surrounding him. And I mean, what can you say? This is like again, this is another artist where like you can clearly tell who it is just by
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
their artwork. So yes, I have to get this. I
Yes.
have to.
It's a
I've
must.
gotten so many
Yeah,
Rian
I know.
Gonzalez
It's like this is the
variants.
last one. No, no, I need to get another
No, no,
one.
I need to
Yeah,
get more.
of course.
Mhm.
And that's it for the covers. And then, as always, we always bring some bit of news at the end. And this time, we just want to talk about the announcement of reprint of Miracle Man for the 40th anniversary, written by Neil Gaiman and illustrated by Mark Buckingham. And this is such a beautiful art. We don't have details. We don't have UPC or Icebin, or we don't have price or this yet. We don't have anything yet. It was just the big announcement that came out this week. But I'm really excited about it. I gotta be honest. I'm not very familiar with Miracle Man, but this makes me excited. I'm a huge Neil Gaiman, and I also love Buckingham's art. It's amazing too, his illustrations. So I'm looking forward to this. This is another must have, I think.
Mhm.
Yep. And that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I think this one was a little bit longer than usual.
Oh,
We were really excited about everything that we presented today. I do want to mention that any other comments that G and I make on these videos are our own opinions and in no way reflect the opinions of Ping Random House, its imprints, or its distribution clients. And that's it. Thank you so much.
bye everyone.